It was not the music that there once was. No song in my heart. Just a dull beat of emptiness. Do you remember? Singing together or playing the violin? Music offers a window into a man's soul or into a woman's essence. For the man who has not music in his soul or is not touched with concord of sweet sounds is fit for treasons, stratagems and spoils. The motions of his mind are dull as night, and his affections dark as Erebus. Let no such man be trusted. Mark the music. Who's there? Nay, Hamilton, is that you? Hamilton! Hamilton! Patsy, my dearest, is that you?
Yes, it is I.
It can't be. You left me shortly after the birth of our sixth child.
I've never left you, darling. I've been with you always, since the day we were married. New Year's Day, 1772. You were a young 28, and I was all of 23. Little did I dream I would want to be in the arms of another man. But you knew how to capture my heart. It was the music, my love.
Not just the music. It was everything you represented in my quest to find the woman I wanted to share my life with. It was your sophistication, your transcendence, the life of your imagination, and most importantly, the heart you gave to me.
Do you remember our first weeks of marriage? It was a snowy winter that year. Do you remember our trip to Monticello? It seems as if the weather had worsened. We abandoned our carriage and set on horseback and pressed on with the frozen bridges hitting, attacking us from all sides.
It was a miserable ascent up the mountaintop, 867 feet. When we arrived at home, the fires were out, the slaves were elsewhere, and the house could not have been drearier.
Ah, yes. However, we discovered that bottle of wine, and the night, according to our tradition, but it was song, laughter, and merriment. As I recall, our first child was born 9 months and 26 days after our marriage. What is wrong, my sweet?
I failed you, Patsy.
How can you say such a thing?
Soon after the birth of our first daughter, my best friend and dear brother-in-law died. I became father to my sister's family and saddled you with the burden.
A burden, nay, a joy I gladly took on.
And then your father passed away just 10 days later, and we moved in your half-siblings to Monticello in the wake of his death. I had charge of 3 branches of either mine or your family, and there you were with our own infant child.
Thomas, darling, don't.
No, allow me to get this off my chest. I left you. I left you alone most of our married life. I left you to bear our 6 children, endure the death of 4, 3 daughters and our only son. You presided over the plantation, tracked the daily workload, which included the slaughter of our ducks, sheep, hog, and lamb, a man's job. You kept track of the slaves and managed the books, all the time ill from your difficult pregnancies.
Yes, but your path was destined to greatness. How proud I was when you were summoned to serve for the Congress of Philadelphia. Think, you were asked to draft the Declaration of Independence with the likes of John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Robert Livingston, and Roger Sherman. You, my darling, drafted that beautiful document in 3 days. Just 3 days.
There was not a day that went by that I didn't long for you. You were always on my mind. I depended on you. You were my confidant on political matters, even matters of military affairs. I wrote to you daily, but there was nothing but silence.
All was not lost, darling. We survived. Monticello was not lost to the British.
Do you remember Lord Dunmore of the British Navy calling for martial law, asking that any slave or servant who took up arms against the revolution be granted freedom? I was so frightened, I made emergency plans for you to escape in safe territory. I was never so ready for battle. An eye for an eye, as they say. They captured one of our American officers, Ethan Allen, in Canada.
I've never heard such threatening drafts from your pen, my dear.
They would have sent him to Britain in irons, tried for treason, most likely left to rot in the Tower of London if they had it their way.
You were brilliant in your degree. The pen so mighty the sword. Let me recall. British prisoners would be held accountable for anything that happened to Allen. We deplore the event, shall oblige us to shed blood for blood, and shall resort to retaliation as a means of stopping butchery. It's hard to believe such a harsh declaration came from the pen of such a masterful poet. I'm grateful Congress deferred any decision to George Washington.
So it was declared. But I only saw the world as it was. I can't tell you how relieved I was to be back in your arms after Christmas. The visits always grew so short.
Of course, darling. The cause of America lay in your hands. The words seemed to flow out from that beautiful brain and streamline down and produce the most beautiful words ever written.
May I? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed, that if any form of government ever becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles, and organizing its powers in such form as they shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Do you remember originally you wanted John Adams to write the Declaration of Independence?
Yes, as if it was yesterday.
I will not.
Why will you not?
No, Jefferson.
Why not? You ought to do it.
I will not do it.
Why?
Reason enough.
Oh, and what can be your reason?
Reason number one. You are a Virginian. And a Virginian had ought to appear at the head of business.
Oh, really?
Really? Reason number two, I am obnoxious, suspected, and unpopular. You are very much otherwise.
True.
Don't agree so quickly with me in that reason.
Oh, I'm sorry. True.
Reason number three, well, the truth is, you can write 10 times better than I can. What, no comment?
No, I agree.
And reason number four,
I thought there were only three.
well, I lied.
True politician if there ever was one.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing, I said nothing.
I heard that.
And reason number four?
Oh, yes. Well, you have a handsome face.
What?
You will look better in the tabloids.
Tabloids? Good God, man, what are you talking about?
I'm not quite sure. But I hear that in the future, they will hold more weight than anything Franklin will ever put into print.
You're mad.
Perhaps, but I'm always right, Jefferson. Will you do it?
Seems as if you have already decided. I would do as well as I can.
Very well. When you've drawn up, call me in the morning and we shall have tea. Good day, Jefferson.
Call me. The hell is he talking about? What's so funny?
Oh, you two. The best of friends and the worst of enemies.
On the contrary, Hamilton is my enemy, not Adams. Patsy, I know this may sound crazy. And maybe I'm crazy. Good Lord, I have to be crazy. I'm having a conversation with my deceased wife.
Go on, my dear.
I want to go with you. I want to be with you in heaven. I want the song, the laughter, and the dance.
Oh, No, 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 no. Don't you dare go there, my darling.
Why not? My work here is done and I'm through with this life. The constant bickering, the judgment of me and the Federalists. All I want for this country is new order, and it is so exhausting. All I bear in mind is this sacred principle, that though the will of the majority is in all cases to prevail, that will to be rightful must be responsible, that the will of the minority always possess its equal rights, and that equal law protect these rights, and that to violate would be oppression. Let us unite with one heart and one mind.
That is it. That is your inaugural address when you become the next president.
The next president?
That is after your dear friend, John Adams. You'll be the third president of these here United States.
Is that why you've come back?
Yes, my darling. With all your dreams for this country, to explore the Northwest Passage, to double the size of these Americas. That's why you need to not go, darling. My time has come now. I must go. Just whisper my name on your breath, and I will answer. Good night, my love.
Good night.
Just as you promised me you would never marry another woman. Promise me you will follow your destiny.
I promise I'll follow my destiny, and I'll love you forever.